We're going to skip the introduction. We're just going to get into this because I've got a story time and a haul. All right. So I'm watching some Instagram lives. I'm watching people's stories and I'm just like, I want to go thrifting. And this is relevant because what I saw in someone's story, I end up finding at the store. It's crazy because we're on two opposite sides of Canada. So anyways, I go to the store and I do my usual rounds. I go to the jeans and we go to the shorts or the capris. And I'm looking through the capris and I see at the corner of my eye 10 people rushing this way. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Why is anybody rushing anywhere in a store? And they're rushing. And I'm like, what the heck? And I noticed that one of the 10 people is an employee carrying out a bin of shoes. So I think nothing of it. Like, oh, that's odd behavior to like swarm her. And I mean, we're in a pandemic, so let's keep 6 feet, people. So I leave that aisle and I kind of move on to sweaters and tops and dresses. Like, I just kind of move that way while they're all coming this way to put up the shoes, whatever. Now the shoes go on top of aisles. So she went to the first aisle, she put some shoes up. They went around, went to the next aisle, she put some shoes up, and then they followed her around. So they're literally just following her as she's putting up these shoes. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm going through the sweaters, like, I feel so bad for her. Like, she's just trying to do her job. Like, give her 5 minutes to get everything up and then go look at what she put out, you know? So anyways, as things are going up, you know, people are probably picking things up. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was thrifting. I was doing my own thing. And I know that there's diehards who literally stand at the door and wait for the next load of things to come out. I'm not that kind of person. I like to keep it on the down low, what I do. So I'm not the kind of person. And at the end of the day, I've always felt this way, that if I was meant to find it, I will find it. If somebody else finds it before me, there's a better thing for me to find. And if I walk out of the store without anything, that wasn't my day. There's no envy in my game. Keep that in mind. So I'm not the kind of person to wait at the door for the next load of things to come out. I'm not the one to get in someone's personal space and to yank things out of people's carts. I'm not that person. So now they all went back to the doors, right? And they're chit-chatting, whatever. And everyone's done looking at the shoes. So I said, okay, well, let me go look at shoes now that I'm done looking at everything else I wanted to look at. Because I do look at shoes when I'm there. And I have found really good shoes while I've been there in the past. So I go look. And the very first pair of shoes I see are these. Okay? That's all you're going to get. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way that all those people passed up on these shoes. But then I found that. And then another pair and another pair and another pair and another. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell were they looking for? That they were surrounding her like that. Like, what is it that they were? And I know that that kind of like, we got to see what the next new thing is definitely a reseller mentality. Like, someone who's casually shopping at the thrift store isn't like, oh, I need to see the next load of what comes out. No, they're looking for whatever they want and they move on with their day. Like, aside from maybe if like you're at the store and you see someone like new stuff coming in, like, I mean, I'm here, I'll check it out. But I don't think regular people who aren't resellers sit and wait for the next load and follow employees around. I don't think that's like normal shopping behavior. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just think that if you follow them around, it's because you have a motive to make money off of what they have at the store. Okay, moving on. So I find a pair and another pair and another pair of shoes and another pair of shoes. And I'm arms like filled with pairs of shoes. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell's going on? Because I didn't wait for this lady. Like, I didn't wait for her and bombard her in any way. And all these other people looked at these same shoes. But maybe they were too distracted. And I don't know. I really don't know. So, without rambling on too much, I end up filling this big green bag with shoes because I also don't want to like bring attention to myself either. So I like fill it up and I put clothes over top that I had found because at that point when that happened, I had two things in my hand. There was a dress that was in the jeans for some reason and a pair of jeans. That's all I had in my hand. So I couldn't like hide them underneath this. And there's no baskets, there's no carts in the store. Normally there's baskets, there's never carts. But normally there's baskets, but because of Corona, there's no baskets. So I was smart. I brought my little Dollarama bag. When I say I was so overwhelmed, I was literally like shaking. I sent a PFF a message of those first shoes I picked up, and I was like, I pass on these, right? Because I knew they were good, because she's always just talking about this shoe and how she wanted them. She was looking for them, and then she ended up biting the bullet and buying them. But then she ended up finding, like, I watched your stories. I watch all of the stories on Instagram, and I like just put all that information in the back of my head, because I intended to go to the store and pick up my favorite brands, my well-known sellers. Even though I've got like quite the death pile with those brands in it, I was like, I just want to get out. I've had a successful day. I want to go, not in sales, but in life. I want to go and thrift. All right, I'm done rambling. So anyways, I grab all these. I still looked through the dresses and picked up a questionable piece. And actually, I was looking at another pair of shoes, and I was kind of like, should I get them? I don't know. I put them back, and directly below are a pair of brand new with tag shorts. That's all I'll say right now. And they're like, take me home. And I was like, okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so here's my haul. And I'm going to do it in order of least exciting to most exciting to me. Now, it's not about the dollar price. It's how I felt when I picked up the pieces. And then, like, I guess the least exciting is the dollar value, if you know what I mean. Like, let's just get started. So, these pair, I'm not excited about. And the reason I'm not excited about them was because I only picked them up because I was blinded, literally blinded by the excitement. But I picked up Adidas Sambas, and they look to be in new condition. But as a wife of a soccer player, like, Die Hard has way too many soccer shoes for one man who does it recreationally. I would know that these soles mean nothing, because they are literally constructed this way so that they last a long time. I should have paid more attention to the top of them, but also the inside soles, like the insoles. The wording is gone, so it's not like they're in new condition, because obviously they've been worn, but they're still in okay condition. Now, the reason I'm not too thrilled about these is that my husband, who's not a reseller, was like, those won't do good. And he was right. But that's the soccer player in him. Now, they can be used as regular shoes, walking shoes, whatever. But they are intended for, like, indoor or concrete play. Like, yeah. So I'm not thrilled. They're men's shoes. And they're a size 9. And I did happen to look up some stuff. So the Adidas, these are from 2008. They retailed for $110. And their current comps are anywhere from $40 to $75 for the newer styles. So it's a little bit more difficult to figure out what the comps would be on this style from 2008. The difference really is the tongue on them. But I will try my best. So I'm thinking these are probably leaning more towards the $40. The next pair of shoes that I picked up are just like, the brand is a personal favorite. Like, I literally live in Tom's. So I picked these up. And they're not my size, so normally I would pick up Toms in my size so that if they don't sell, like, I get to keep them. But they're an 8.5. These ones, although I don't really wear the sneakers, I actually wear the flats. And these don't sparkle, and mine normally sparkle. So aside from all that, I like Toms. I think they're comfortable. They're a good shoe. These ones are not available anymore. They have like a floral print on them. And I think, honestly, for spring they're a really good shoe. There was no sold comps on them, so I went with comparables, and they were about $40, but I'm thinking they'll probably be about $30. Not too thrilled with that return, but again, those are like the two I picked up, and I kind of got home and I was like, why did I pick those up? And then I realized, well, I was probably just so excited because I found a lot of really good ones first, and then I just kind of went and I put them in a bag, and then I checked out, and I didn't really put a lot of thought to it. But where I thrift, like, it's really not that big of a deal if I accidentally pick up something I probably shouldn't have, because I can still make money off of it. Moving on. So the next pair of shoes, or whatever these are sandals, are these Crocs. They're the Eddy Stretch. They are a size 8. So actually all the shoes that I got today were all in really good, promising sizes. So anyway, so size 8, they're in pretty good condition. I will clean these up. There's just some stuff inside the little things, but overall they're in good condition. So those ones had no sold comps. There was one that was placed not for sale back in October, and I mean, these are a summer shoe, and it was listed at $30. I don't know if it sold at that, but Crocs tend to do about that price. I mean, I'm going to go and look through and figure out exactly how much it would be between other kinds of Crocs and how they've sold, but that's kind of what I'm going off of right now. The next pair of shoes that I picked up, these are not something I normally pick up. This is not even a brand that I normally pick up, but it seems to be some BOLOS and quick flippers. So these are Clarks. They look awful on camera, just here and that, but I will definitely clean everything up, make them look nice and presentable. They are the Cloud Stepper, Cillian Jete, I don't know. Anyways, they're like really comfortable. They've got a really comfortable sole. They're very clean, so I think this is probably just from like storage. And they are a size 8. They retailed for $120, and their comps are about $30. Again, not a great return, but I figured, I don't look up comps in stores. I'm really bad for that, so I just figured, well, let's give it a try. Hopefully it's a quick flip. The next pair, again, are Clarks, and obviously we all know why I was drawn to this when I saw it on the shelf. It looks a lot like our favored Birkenstocks, but like on the shelf, but not really. But they seem to be a very comfortable sandal. They are men's size 10.5. So again, a nice, good, solid shoe in brand new condition. And that is the Clarks Trace Cross, and it retailed for $130. There's no Poshmark solds. I did check eBay. They had some solds anywhere between $30 to $110. So it's a little bit of a gamble with that one too. Definitely price up, accept offers. It's kind of my theory. I should forewarn that I'm actually going to cross-list all of these shoes onto eBay, because they tend to be more, as I get further into this, you're going to understand, they are more of a US Bolo brands, so it's not really a big hype here in Canada. Hopefully by putting them on eBay, I'm going to get the right exposure and then top dollar for them, right? Moving on. Now we're getting to the exciting parts. Next are these Madewell real calf hair sidewalk low top sneakers, and they are they're size 8.5, and they do list the men's sizes inside these, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, they're really cute and cool. Those retailed for $130, and some of the sold comps that I did find were anywhere between $50 to $60. It's not too bad. So that first pair of shoes that I kind of sneaked a preview at are these Allbirds. They're the Allbirds Tree Skippers. Now they all have different names, but they all start with tree. I didn't know anything about this brand. Simply my PFF talks about them, put it in my head. I come back to it later. So these ones here are women's size 9, and they retail for $135, but their sold comps were anywhere between $50 to $89, and they're still available on the website, which I really like when like these styles are still available. I think that this kind of style of shoe is probably just a basic, so it's probably not going to go out of style. But these ones do need some cleaning up. I failed to mention this, but I actually passed on these the first time I saw them. And I went back for them. Simply because they're white and I need to clean them up. I try to stay away from that. But then when I realized that there was fur on them, I was like, okay, maybe it's worth picking up. Again, with these ones, I do need to clean these up. But I figure that even with cleaning them up, the condition that they're in, that they will still sell. So next are these Allbirds, and I think it's insane that I even found 2 pairs of Allbirds. Same trip, same place, but they're both size 9, so they're probably from the same person. These are the Allbirds Slip-On Tree Lounger, and they are women's size 9. They retail for $135, and their sold comps are anywhere. Now these ones, the sold comps are a little bit different. The sold comps were anywhere between $35 to $85. Again, not everyone on Poshmark is selling to resell. They are selling just stuff out of their closet and they don't care what it sells for. I keep that in mind. So that's where the excitement started. Those 2 are like where the excitement started. The next pair of sneakers that I saw were these Hoka 1-1s, Bondi 6. And I just remember seeing this on a reseller's story about how she found these at the thrift store. Like she was showing them out, look what I found at the thrift store. And she was like, just kidding, they're from my personal closet. And I was kind of like, that must mean they're worth something, right? But then I just never did anything with that. I just kind of stored that little story back in the back of my mind. And then I found these and I was like, ooh, those are those shoes that she was talking about. So I picked them up and lo and behold, they are a US BOLO. So this is where I was talking about how I'll be listing them, cross-listing them across different platforms, especially with like Madewell, the Allbirds, the Hoka. Those are the ones that I was really focusing on when I'm talking about that. So these are in really good condition. The only like flaw I see is like the little bit of color at the back there is coming off. Woo! But I really like these. Now there was, the solds on these on Poshmark are awful. But again, it's a US BOLO, so I really looked at eBay for that. I don't really look at US Poshmark because I can't really use that to my advantage in any way because I can't sell to the US from New Brunswick. So I checked eBay and their sold comps are anywhere from $85 to $115 for that colorway. There's lots of different colorways. There was another colorway similar to this that's like $175 in the sold comps. So I got the wrong color, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm very happy with an $85 to $115. And they retail for $190 Canadian. So remember at the beginning I said I was watching all these stories and what one of my PFFs found on the other side of Canada, I ended up finding on the exact same day at my thrift store. And it was crazy because I actually stopped watching stories on that exact post. And that's when I was like, I'm going to go thrifting. And then I found these and I was like, that's crazy. So these shoes I'm talking about are these Vince, which I've never found anywhere, are the Vince worn slip-on sneakers in really good condition. I just got to clean them up, clean up the bottoms, but overall good condition. And they're a size 10. So super happy about those. They retail for $235 and they're still available on the website. I don't know about this color because it's like more of a tan color, but they do have other colors still available on their website. And these sold comps again are a little washy. I didn't look on eBay, but on Poshmark they were anywhere from $30 to $175. So you could see like there's a little bit of a confusion there with pricing, but price up, except low, you know, leave room. Now these are my absolute all-time favorite out of the entire haul, and I was like, oh my goodness. And not because it was some crazy bolo or it's gonna rake me in tons of money. I just always wanted to find this brand. It's just been a bolo from the beginning. If you remember from before, like if you've been following along all this time, I had always been vintage, plus size, and embroidery. Now I've tailored that down to probably just plus size, but I do definitely enjoy finding really good vintage pieces and good pieces with embroidery. So imagine my surprise when Johnny came and surprised me, I found some Johnny Was clogs. They're the Dormy embroidered clogs, mules, and they're in new condition. They're size 39, and they are just stunning. I absolutely love these. They are my size. I must not keep them, but I absolutely love the embroidery on them, and they're so super clean and polished, and I'm just like, mwah. These retailed for $330, and there aren't any sold comps on them. Not even on the US side of Poshmark. There's one listed on the US side. There's literally no Johnny Was shoes listed on Poshmark Canada, and I didn't find any solds on eBay. So that might be a good and a bad. I don't know. The comps that I did find for listed items were between $110 to $220. So, bellissimo. I love that. All right. So those were my shoes. Now I know I promised the shoe haul, and 11 shoes later, that's what I did. But I did pick up clothes in all this. Now, if you go back, you remember I had a pair of jeans and a dress before the mob rushed me. So the very first thing I found, and I don't have comps for any of these things because I just figured we're only interested in the comps and stuff for the shoes. And I also hurt my back, so let's just get this done. So these are 7 tie-dye wash skinny high-rise jeans. They're called the high-rise Hollywood Skinny in a size 18. So they're really cool, and they are a super duper fit for my plus size closet. The dress that happened to be in the jeans was this Paper Dolls. I've never heard of this brand. Paper Dolls in a size 22, and it is a peplum Bordeaux floral dress. So it's got off the shoulder, it's got this beautiful floral print, and then it's got the peplum at the very bottom. I was like, I'm gonna look up the comp later, and then the shoes happened, and then I didn't really get around to looking up the comps. And when I look up Paper Doll on Poshmark, it's a whole bunch of different brands listed under it. So what I did end up finding about this, and I will say the comps for this, so I did find that it probably retailed for $110, and there was one dress sold for $35, and I was kind of like, So it is an ASOS brand, so there's definitely some research to be done before I actually list it or anything. And the other item that I talked about previously, looking at the shoes, there's a pair of shorts, new with tags, take me home, and I took them home, are these Torrid shorts in a size 14, cute floral print, new with tag, like the pant tag, and also the hang tag. So these retailed for $57, and I think that it is such a cute summer spring print that I just had to have it. Now I didn't look up comps, but I sell a lot of Torrid, so probably list them for about $40. And finally, I was just talking to a PFF yesterday morning, and we were saying, like, what's a brand that you don't normally pick up that does really well for you? And I said Old Navy. Like, I never pick up Old Navy, and I picked up Old Navy. So this is a beautiful plus size 1X summer dress with this gorgeous print on it, and it's new with tags. So I said it's coming home with me. I also, again, was distracted by all the shoes, so I couldn't help myself. It's just such a cute print. And that was my haul. I spent under $90 for everything. I am super stoked to get everything photographed, like cleaned up, photographed, and listed, and start making sales. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this haul, this impromptu haul. I had something else completely recorded and edited and ready to be posted today, but instead I brought you this. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys really go out of your comfort zone, check things out, listen to other sellers because they know what they're talking about. I really owe this entire haul to basically everybody's story that I ever watch, and I just like consume that information because I'm the kind of person who doesn't have the patience to watch these long videos that I make. But I hope that you just put me on and listen to me talk. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I really do appreciate you guys watching. If you could comment down below, like, what is one of your amazing finds that you didn't even set out to go find and you found it? I'd love reading about them. And I will see you next week with my already recorded material. You can watch the actual video that I was supposed to post today next Wednesday. And so I will see you then. Even though that was yesterday. Bye.